It's summer in the city, baby. H-Town, let's go. It's the race to the playoffs. It's the Big Three
on CBS.
Huge play by Pargo. Yes! Simmons in the corner. Wilson.
It's the Big Three on CBS.
Rice with the jam. Corey Brewer does it again. Amazed at what he's capable of doing. Big games as we head towards the playoffs.
The Big Three. It's gonna be a good day. Yay, yay!
Week 7 takes us to H-Town, and it's hot outside, but not as hot as it is inside the Toyota Center. These games are going to be legit. This is playoff implications on the line, starting out with Detroit, Boston, Dallas, Houston, LA versus DMV, Chicago versus Miami later on Vice TV. And here are the standings of what I was talking about. Look at all the teams tied at 4-2. All those teams trying to get in. You win, you control your destiny. You don't, you're hoping and praying next week other teams lose and there's point differential, all kinds of things come into play. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us this Sunday afternoon. I'm Brian Scalabrine alongside Jimmy Jackson. Chris Haynes will be joining us soon, and we got 2 games to go. Everyone's fighting, but a lot of people, you talk to them, they don't want to wait and hope to see what happens next week.
Because there's too many scenarios that could happen. We've seen it in the playoffs. An injury happens, someone misses a game, a key component. Now, you don't have your firepower, and you subject yourself to what happens with other teams. You win, you put yourself in a position to move on. You lose now, everything is in the air.
When you come to winning, it's all about the best players in the Big Three. And those guys got delivered. Last week, Pargo, he delivered. Jonathan Simmons struggled a little bit. That's why Detroit got the win.
Well, 16 of the 23 points by Pargo was in the first half. No Joe Johnson, we know that. So Pargo can do this. Jeremy can put the ball in the basket. It's all about him setting the tone early and often for his team to kind of follow. And then same breath, Jonathan Simmons, the 3rd leading scorer in the Big Three, but the last 3 games struggled a little bit, only 11 points. Very important right now that he find his rhythm early in this basketball game. His teammates do an excellent job of getting him in space and positions where he can knock down some shots, which lends itself to opening up the offense for the ball.
Simmons has been one of the most consistent players in this league, just had an off week last week. Here's the satisfying roster presented by Snickers. You got Pargo, Jackson. Shakir Houston has been getting better and better each week. Dixon's got to make shots, and you never know what you're going to get from Cameron Smith. On the other side, Kevin Murphy. Some games he's hot, some he's cold. This roster is really good. Steven Simmons, Chris Johnson, and Dominique Johnson knocking down threes from the outside. Here's the Iceman with the coach of Detroit. Done a great job of drawing up plays, getting his guys in action, and getting Pargo aggressive. On the other side, Gary Payton, not afraid to give them the guys what they need. They're not playing hard. He'll call a timeout. He'll let them know about it in an entire timeout. They're going to need to win tonight.
The key is, you will say the rules right here, we'll get back to what I think the key is for this game.
Yeah, first team to 50 points, 25 at halftime, no game clock, 14-second shot clock. Free throws, wherever you're fouled, 2, 3, or even 4, you shoot the shot for that point of value from that distance. The 4-point shot, you just got to be in the circle, and one of the best rules of the Big Three to bring the fire. You don't like a call, just have guys go one-on-one for it.
Well, I love it, too. And here's the thing about this game. We talk about Jeremy Pargo getting his money on, but it was last week it was Darnell Jackson, his ability to stretch the court. You got a big man that made three-point shots. So how you defend that pick and roll, how you take that space away from Jackson, I think is going to be critical for the ball hogs. And we know that Gary Payton, when he digs in, it's all about defense. They're in a position at 3-3. You win this game, now you're at 4-3. There's going to be maybe a team or two that come back.
Yep.
Very intriguing as you move forward if you can take care of your business this week for the Ball Hogs.
This Ball Hogs roster is stacked. They have all kinds of really good players, including a former MVP in Kevin Murphy. They haven't put it together consistently. When they're good, they're really good. But sometimes they're a little underwhelming. We'll see what they do today. There's Murphy. And right away, turnover inside. Pargo, an easy layup. Good block by Simmons and an easy putback by Stevens.
And that's just good defense. Bad pass inside, but able to recover. But defense, I think, is going to be the key early for this Ball Hogs team.
Here's Nixon outside. Got a turnover. Let's see if Ball Hogs capitalize on it. Good play by Houston. Gets it back, saves it. Pargo brings it right back outside. New fresh shot clock. Uses his body, pump fakes, and looks like that's going to be no shot. Baseline out of bounds.
And we always talk about this, Brian. The turnovers early, close to the basket, end up costing a team. That was a good block that time. Simmons and Stevens able to get inside and get in early too.
It's going to be side out of bounds. Yeah, those plays are some of the biggest momentum changers in the Big Three.
Well, that and long shots that result in an air ball where a team can just catch, finish inside. Speaking of a jump shot, makes an off right there.
There's Simmons, he's going to clear it. Been so consistent in everything he's done this year, except for last week. He goes up and he gets fouled. All right, let's take a look at some of this, the Ball Hog season so far. You know, they lost to Miami. They had Dallas on the ropes, got outscored 10-0 at the end, and lost to Chicago. Then they bounced back, beat LA, Houston, and DMV. So this is a huge game for them, huge game.
Well, you know, the thing is, it's not a talent issue. You know, this Ball Hogs team is just being as consistent against the really good teams as they are against the teams that are below 500. And there's Houston right there, excellent move on the baseline. Now, the Amps need a bigger game too, and I think in this game versus Houston, you talked about Darnell Jackson, but Houston can do this, which is attack off the dribble, nice left hand off the glass.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the Ball Hogs, if you go back to that Dallas game, had Dallas on the ropes, Dallas scores 10 straight points at the end, and that is a big difference in their season. It's the difference between being 4-2 and 3-3 in the playoffs or on the outside. So that run right there will pretty much sum up their season if they don't figure out a way to get 2 wins.
Well, I tell you what, also with Murphy not being as consistent as he was in the previous years, because he was such a phenomenal scorer, consistent scorer, good defense right there in the air ball. Stevens able to put it, and that, when you build your team around what you had before with Kevin, that with Kevin Murphy, he was a different dynamic.
No
Remember
question.
before his injury.
Yep. Here's Pargo, needing to be more aggressive. Going to Houston, there's 6 on the clock. He's got to go to work here. Going against Stevens. Hesitation dribble, goes up high. Again, no rim, put back by the Ball Hogs. Ball Hogs taking advantage of those shots not clipping the rim.
And those are the plays outside of your offense, Brian, that ultimately can win you games, create the separation you need from a scoring perspective. Pargo that time off, good block out that time by Murphy inside.
Oh, good hustle by Nixon. Oh, this is a big wide open shot. Pargo, back rim. Nothing falling right now for the Amps. Simmons left wide open, sticks it.
And taking advantage, long rebounds and also turnovers. Ball Hogs right now up 9.
Yeah, everything going the right direction for the Ball Hogs right now. Let's see if the Iceman can get his team to settle down. Big start for the Ball Hogs with their back against the wall. 11-2, we'll be right back. Criminals and heels beware. Frank Drebin is on the case, and Justice is his tag team partner. See the Naked Gun now playing only in theaters. Great start by the Ball Hogs, 11-2, taking advantage of just shots that, whether it's blocks or turnovers, a lot of easy ones for the Ball Hogs.
But let me ask you this, so you played in this. The difference between teams when you play an early game, we see the Ball Hogs ready to go, okay? Yeah. Off to a great start, a lot of energy. But the Amps kind of sluggish a little bit. When you play, how difficult or how challenging?
Not hard for me. Come on, man.
But you see it with other players, too, though.
You think I get up early or late? You think I hang out?
Early.
You think I hang out?
No.
Let's think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
So why are some players dragging a little bit, especially when you come to Houston, right?
We got that 1 o'clock start. I'm ready on those nights.
Right.
You never know. That could be my day.
Hey, great point, buddy.
There's Houston right there. It's always the dudes with kids. They're ready to go.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point.
The single fellas in Houston, watch out.
So you say why guys struggle when they play in Miami, huh?
Miami, I'm getting my rest that night.
Yeah.
Utah, you know what? I could probably go out that night.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Is that Houston right there? Looking at that left ankle.
Oh, let's take a look at this again.
He was the hustle going for the ball.
Oh, that does not look good.
So right at the end of the play here, just a little push by Stevens, and it turns over right there.
Well, he didn't look.
But they're carrying him off right there. And
Oh, you know what that means. When a guy can't put his foot down like that, it's usually not good news.
And you hate to see any kind of injury, but for a team that lost their best player in Joe Johnson to a knee injury, and now with Houston, who's been playing, some really of his best basketball as of late.
No question. Gets better every game.
Gets better every game, and now he's out with an injury. So it'll be interesting to see with George Gervin kind of manipulating the lineup, knowing that you have a shorter bench now.
Yeah, you got Cameron Smith out there who's capable.
Yeah.
You just hope Houston's all right. All right, let's get back to it. Smith, right on cue.
Right on cue.
He's the guy.
Is that the one for you right now?
Yeah, because he has, if Pargo's not scoring, Cameron Smith, BENO Smith is a flat-out scorer.
Mm-hmm. But isn't that why you build your roster to be able to have good play that time by Simmons, but to be able to have a player like Smith that can come in just like this.
Yep. They didn't clear the paint. You have to be out of the paint.
They're saying Darnell Jackson.
Yeah, it's just not enough just to get outside the three.
Yeah. The ball has to clear the three, but
players have to clear the
offensive
paint.
players have to clear the paint. You see right here. So Jackson is there. He's not out. He got out at the end after the shot was up.
Has to be before the shot is taken, not before the shot is made. There's Simmons on the pull-up and sticks it.
And right back at it. Those are the shots right there. Instead of taking it all the way to baskets, Brian, a nice little easy 15-foot pull-up is available in the middle of the lane.
There's Pargo, keeping his dribble alive, using that body. Good defense by Murphy. Smith downhill attack, drops it off. Darnell Jackson with the layup.
Immediate impact. That time, because Smith is able to finish at the rim, you attract the defense. Jackson follows, able to get a nice little layup.
Smith more than capable of picking up where he left off on that first game in the Big Three. There's a foul on Smith. I mean, he came fresh off the street.
He did, but this is coming ready to play here. Smith off the bench because of the injury to Houston, able to knock in a jump shot at that time, make a play off the dribble.
Yeah, Darnell Jackson texted me right after that game where BENO Smith went off. And he's like, this guy can play. It's not a one-off. He can legitimately fill it up. Here's Pargo going to the other side of the rim. (13-11). Murphy with the pull-up. And they're just getting easy buckets from 15 feet right now. Maybe Amps are okay with giving that up. Well, 15-11, good response by the Amps after the injuries.
Well, it's going back to doing the little things. Jeremy Pargo, hot off of last week, able to get to the basket, identify where the defense is at, and use the opposite side of the rim. And Murphy, got to see a little bit more of this from Kevin Murphy from the Ball Hogs to win this game.
The Big Three on CBS Sports is sponsored by Red Lobster. Real happiness served daily. And by Target. Back to school starts here.
You saw right there, Big Three founder Ice Cube, and guess what? He's with Chris Haynes.
Hey guys, Chris Haynes here with Ice Cube, co-founder of the Big Three. Cube, we're in week 8, man. What has surprised you thus far about this season?
Oh man, just nothing really surprised me, but just happy that the guys are going at it hard. That's what it's all about. Coming down to the playoffs, it's surprising that all the teams are so tight.
Yeah, that's playoff implications right now. That's why you're seeing a lot more physicality right now. What is it? If people who aren't familiar with the Big Three, what is something that they can look forward to, especially at the latter stages of the season?
Oh man, just seeing great basketball, being able to see the whole league, at one time, everybody playing on the same day. It's just great, being able to be a part of this Big Three league.
Cube, you have the, if it's an air ball, you can go right back up. If you don't hit the rim, bring the fire. What's the favorite aspect of Big Three style basketball that you like?
I mean, I like one-shot free throws, Who want to see somebody shoot 3 free throws, let alone 4? So one-shot free throws are great.
Yeah, we keep the play going. Yeah, we're in Houston right now. You got Pat Bev here. We got Bun B, Scarface here in the town. Like, you have a real close ties and connection with Houston. What has the city of Houston meant for you in your career?
Everything. They've been down since day one. They support everything I do here in Houston. Got a lot of friends here. Gonna be back here on tour later on this year. So can't wait, man. I love Houston. Glad we got a team here. We'll be here every year.
I have to ask you, Cube. I have to ask the tough question, man. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of this season. Everybody's bunched up in the standings. Is there a favorite that you see that, could go all the way? Or do you feel like it's still up in the air?
It's still up in the air, man. You can lose in the Big Three to any team on any given Saturday or Sunday. You know what I mean?
Saturday or Sunday. And lastly, Cube, I want to ask you, man, this game in particular, Detroit, they've suffered, Joe Johnson out for the season. They brought in BENO Smith, kind of gave them some rejuvenation right here. You see their Shakur right. Real quick, this Detroit squad, what can you say about them?
I mean, they tough. They keep bouncing back. They keep losing players, but they still #1 in the standings. So we'll see if they can still bounce back.
Cube, I appreciate your time, man. We're going to head the break. Back to you, Scott.
You got it. All right. Gary Payton didn't like what he had to see. We might get a fiery Gary Payton when we get right back. What a response from Detroit. They're on a 13-4 run. Big Three and Starter have teamed up to take the look of the Big Three to the next level this year. Check out the all-new collection of apparel made especially for Big Three fans at store.big3.com. Man, they suffered an injury. BENO Smith and Darnell Jackson check in, and they capped that off with a 13-4 run. All right, let's go to Chris Haynes.
Yeah, guys, I have an update on Shakur Juicy that we've seen. It was kind of dealing with that left foot. They are calling it a lower left leg injury, questionable to return today.
Well, with Darnell Jackson and Smith, they bring a different energy to the game. And right there, beautiful play coming out. A little timeout there by the Ball Hogs. But you see the response when those two got on the court.
Yep.
Kind of gave this team a little bit more juice, but the Ball Hogs able to respond right back.
And you mentioned it early on, just the way that Jackson pulled Dwight Howard out of the paint. Yep. He's doing the same thing with the Ball Hogs. Stevens is a great defensive player, but he has to respect Jackson being away from the basket. So the floor has opened up and their offense has opened up.
Well, it has to, and what you want in Big Three is get space, because now it's tougher on that back line to rotate over when you only have maybe one player that has to guard. So if your big can step out, now if you can get by your man as a ball handler, you're not going to have a lot of rim protection, and now you're able to get to the basket and score.
All right, so here's Pargo. Low on the clock. Jackson has to shoot it. No good. Rebound Simmons. Here's Dominique Johnson in for the first time. Really lighted up. Yeah. And what a long pass to Johnson.
We're talking about that time now. Chris Johnson, what does he do? He does the same thing that Darnell Jackson can do, which is pick and pop, step out, and now in that pick and roll game, he was able to free up to get that alley-oop inside.
Good take by Pargo. I think both teams, you know, that thing we were talking about with early start, whatever, both teams have now settled in. There's Johnson, aggressive, it's downhill. Those pick and rolls have been really good for the Ball Hogs.
Well, if you're patient in the pick and roll, and you allow the big to set the pick, you're going to find yourself with the advantage. And then as a ball handler, it's just up to you to make a decision. Do I have the shot or do I have the pass? A 4-point shot that time by Pargo.
There's Johnson looking to be physical.
I like this matchup.
7 on the clock. Rebound Pargo. See if they go back to that screen and roll. Good seal by Darnell Jackson inside for the 2.
That big body was able to keep Tris Johnson on that right shoulder. An excellent delivery by Pargo inside.
Simmons looking to get downhill. Kicks it out. Johnson can shoot it from there. It's short. Oh, but he gets the ball back and throws it down. Good hustle.
Yeah, Darnell Jackson left my bad. I didn't check out. I was ball watching.
All right, so that's 25-19. Great response from the Ball Hogs. After Detroit went on a huge run, the Ball Hogs responded after that timeout from Gary Payton. Let's go to Chris with Jonathan Simmons.
Jay, right now, you know it's the nitty-gritty of the Big 3 season. Come off playoff implications. How locked in and focused are you right now?
First of all, I got to hit them damn free throws. We locked in. I think this team, sorry the big fella that went down. That's unfortunate, but we still got to come out and be aggressive, and we need to win.
Appreciate your time, brother.
Yes, sir.
Best of luck. Back to you guys.
All right, you got to stay locked in, especially them. They lose, they're pretty much out. But take a look. Johnson to Johnson. Up over the top, and he throws it down. Ball Hogs respond well at the end of the half with plays like this. 25-19. Ball Hogs up in a must-win scenario. Ball Hogs closed strong in the first half, up 25-19. Big 3 2025 is coming in hot to a city near you. Go to big3.com/tickets for all of the details. All right, welcome back, everybody, at the half. I don't know how you're going to dissect this one. It seems like a game of runs so far.
But I dissect it by saying this. Amps, when they turn it over, Ball Hogs take advantage of it. The Ball Hogs haven't been turning the basketball over, and that's been the difference. Even when the Amps made their run, Ball Hogs able to respond because they're getting shots at the rim.
Now it's time for the FanDuel halftime update. Well, you take a look at these numbers. Right now, Ball Hogs favored 4.5. Hey, if they keep taking care of the ball, they're going to figure out a way to get that done.
In the money line, you see where it's at. They probably flipped a little bit because of the start. I'd like to see what it was before the game, but we'll keep our eye on that. And I know you're a big better when you go to Vegas. I know how it is.
And then let's go to game 2. You look at it, it's going to be, there it is right there. The Power, big favorite, 6.5 points.
Yeah, even against the home team, Houston has struggled a lot. The Power playing a lot better basketball. What is it, 3 in a row right now for the Power?
Basketball fans, you can cash in on balling out with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. New FanDuel customers get started with $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just scan the QR code to join today. A lot of stuff on the line here. The Amps trying to make the playoffs. And it really in a strong position, but for the Ball Hogs, it's a must-win game. Here's Smith, gonna get that opportunity in the second half. No good. Dominique Johnson calling Chris Johnson out. 6 on the clock, goes inside, got the size advantage. Oh, can't leave him open. Dominique Johnson, no good. Rebound Pargo.
Yeah, but that's excellent execution that time of the play with Johnson, recognition to Johnson to get it outside and not able to make it. But that's how you get back in this game too. Miss shots, get it out quick, then attack. Now you compromise the defense and Pargo able to get to the line here.
Look how aggressive he was at turning the corner.
But then
I love him as a player. Like his pace is incredible.
But he still plays the game the right way,
100%.
which is point guard, sets you up, get my teammates involved, and if I need to score, I can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, he almost doesn't predetermine anything.
No.
Every drive, he's looking at the defense, and he's going to make the right play. Sometimes the right play is to shoot the ball at the rim. He's the guy, if you're the ball hog, that you have to make sure you take care of. All right, here's Simmons, MVP candidate. Waves off the screen, wants the isolation. Goes left to right, pulls up, and 6 jumper.
Well, shout out to Jonathan Simmons, a local product here. Went to Smiley High School, played at University of Houston. So I know it has to feel great for him to be playing in front of what's considered a home crowd for him. Hey, B, get to your spot. All the great players understand how to create space and get to their money spot. And that's about the second or third shot. Simmons has been able to get to the free throw line area, 1 to 2 dribbles, and pull up for a nice mid-range jump shot.
27-23. Ball Hogs still have control of this game. Simmons again on the isolation, controls that dribble. Elevates, gets bumped by Pargo. Pargo does not like the call at all. Iceman getting up. Iceman strolling over. Iceman doesn't want to melt with this bring the heat.
But you know what Pargo said too, though? He kind of waved Coach Gervin off, and maybe he wants to save that, as this game will be probably touch and go a little bit, that he may want to keep that in the pocket just in case they need a little bit later.
All right, here's Smith. Guy more than capable of getting it going. Sticks another 3.
Hey, B, he was all on him when he first got in the game.
He loves this. He loves the hoop, man.
Yeah.
Loves to score. He's like the old Jimmy Jackson.
There you go. 22 at that. There you go. Oh!
Simmons.
Welcome home, young fella.
Simmons covers some ground on that play. And the Amson having a lot of trouble with that pick and roll.
Yeah.
There's Smith. Nixon wide open at the top. In and out. Rebound Johnson. All right, Simmons. He's clear. He steps to the side, rises up. That's no good. Smith clears it over to Pargo. Pargo looking to be aggressive. Gets the switch. He's got 8 on the clock. Attacking downhill. There's the kick out. Nixon wide open. It's off. Simmons inside. Johnson has a size advantage, but he fades. No good.
Yeah, good. That time Nixon was able to get under Johnson, push him out a little bit further on that jump shot. Speaking of which, Smith a little bit off on, a little strong on that shot.
Here's Johnson trying to back down Pargo. It's not easy.
No.
This guy's built like a wall, and he pulls the chair.
And he gets the layup.
Misses the layup, and Smith right there to put it back in.
And that's one of the challenges when you're big. You know this, Brian. And Tris Johnson is still down on the deck. There he is getting up. You may have the size advantage, but a lot of times the more you dribble it on a smaller opponent, he gets up underneath you, kind of it neutralizes that right here, and then he pulls the chair out at the end.
There's Simmons, got to get going here. Pulls up from 3. Yeah, that's a big shot. That's why he's an MVP candidate. Shots like that.
Yeah, kind of finding his rhythm and groove here in the big 3.
All buckets are not created equal. Sometimes when your team is giving up a run and you got to right the ship, those are big shots. Good defense by Johnson. See if Simmons again, attacking. He gets fouled. They might want to review this one, or not review it, but bring the fire.
And Cameron Smith is telling Coach Gervin,
yeah, this is a good one to bring the fire because the game has started to get out of hand a little bit. And there it is right there.
Yep.
Iceman strolls over, hits that button, and they're going to bring the fire.
But hey, think about it. The best decision of maybe not using it before with Pargo puts you in a situation now where Smith can use it on Simmons.
So the Iceman is going to bring the fire. Brought to you by Red Lobster. Let's go through the rules. Challenge a foul. Guys will go one-on-one for it. And it can count as 2, 3, or 4. If you don't have the dribble, you can get right into your shot. Each team gets 1 per half. Simmons, BENO Smith. Here's Simmons, jabbing. Oh, attacking. Oh, he gets fouled. That's going to be 2 points.
And Brian, you know, fans at home, it's a strategy to this. Yes, it's one-on-one, but as an offensive player, you read your defender. Look where Cameron Smith right foot is at. It's open to the baseline. So all Simmons did was jab step to his right, force a little space, and he attacked that lower leg, and he was able to get right by him. So it's a strategy to that one-on-one matchup.
And there's shots in. So a special thanks to our partner Red Lobster, who will be bringing the heat all summer long as the official sponsor of the Bring the Fire Challenge. Ooh, Pargo loses the ball, gets it back though. In the corner, he's got time on the shot clock. Oh, good job by Dominic Johnson, who's bringing the energy in this half. Right. Oh, good feed by Darnell Jackson. I don't know if that was going to be a dunk by Stevens. Ball. Man, ball. Yeah, don't forget this. Week 1, they're up 49-41 and lose 50-49. And last week they led 31-24 and they led to triplets. I mean, look at that turnaround.
Well, you think those 2 games, where does that put you? You're at instead of 3 losses, you only have 1.
Huge.
And you're leading the leaderboard right there just by those second halves and those mental lapses.
Every possession in the Big 3 matters. Right now, Ball Hogs 3-3 in a must-win situation. Look at that. Simmons gives you the pump fake, the drip, and he gives you, my man's too little, he can't guard me, 40-28 Ball Hog. Welcome back. It's not summer without Big Brother, and it's not Big Brother without betrayals, backstabs, and blind sides. Join the chaos. New Big Brother tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday on CBS. Let's take a look at the power move presented by Swiffer Power Mop.
Why not come from Jonathan Simmons? He's back home, showing off for the fans, able to turn the corner. He lost the handle, but yet the athleticism, able to regroup, gather, and finish with a thunderous dunk inside.
He's got 13 of the 15 points for the Ball Hogs in the second half.
Well, Brian, you know this. The good players, you may have struggled the week before, but you come back focused. And right now we see Jonathan Simmons kind of carrying the load offensively here for the Ball Hogs. Now, keep in mind, they were up 8 points last week against Chicago in the second half. Then Chicago went on a 13-0 run, so the defense, along with Jonathan putting the ball in the basket, has to be the catalyst if they want to walk out of here this afternoon with the W.
Yeah, I think, after the 2 blown leads that we've already discussed, like, they're not going to allow that to happen, especially with their back against the wall at this point.
Well, GP, I mean, he's been awfully quiet, which means, to me, when he's that stoic on the bench, GP's so focused, he got a game plan in mind, and that he's not going to allow his team. Now, Amp start making shots, nothing you can do about it, but you can see how focused he is as a coach.
They don't have to clear it, but they do. Simmons in the corner. No good. Rebound Jackson. Pargo's going to have to get going. The Amps have any chance of winning here. Goes to Jackson, BENO Smith. 4 on the clock. Jackson's got to put it up. Over to BENO Smith. 1 on the clock. He gets it up. And it's going to be Amps' ball.
I thought that shot by Simmons in the corner kind of settled. Right now you're up 12 points. You got a chance to go up 14 to 15 points. I think that's when you really got to attack, because those losses are empty possessions. Allow a team like Detroit to kind of get back in the game. A beautiful underneath out of bounds play.
Love that play. I saw it the way that Gary Payton saw it. He was like, I thought she said it was white ball.
Me too.
Ball Hogs ball. They capitalize.
That's right. I'm seeing a different GP right now. I mean, whether that was game preparation or just a feeling that he's had, and Darnell Jackson able to knock it in.
Yeah, they seem just more locked in. This is why I look at this team and I think this team has a chance to win it. Why they're 3-3 is a couple blown leads, but talent-wise, this team is tough.
Well, because you got shooting from Johnson, Dominique Johnson, and Simmons. You have size inside and shooting with Chris Johnson and a rim protector. Now, if Kevin Murphy can be the X factor and kind of find his rhythm, you have 3 guards that can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
And you know in this league, we've seen it, when you can spread the court and you have guards that can attack and make plays, it makes it extremely difficult to take all those options away with a shooter in Chris Johnson at 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah, big lead. And we should mention, Shakur Houston goes out with a lower left leg injury. He's the type of player in this game that would thrive. His energy defensively, the plays he makes at the rim, it's just everyone has to kind of make up for that. No Joe Johnson, no Shakur Houston. It's tough for the Amps right now.
Well, let me ask you this, too, and you know this, okay? Let's say Houston is in the lineup, but as you get closer to the end of the season, your best player is not there. You're able to win some games.
Yeah, you're exactly
But does that eventually catch up to you?
It does.
You know what I mean?
It does. Because now you're asking a role player to do too much.
Exactly.
Like Pargo is a great sidekick for Joe Johnson. He could get 30 on a night because the attention's on Joe Johnson. But when it goes to Pargo, it becomes a different animal.
Well, then you're asking Houston, Nixon, and Smith to kind of step up every week to kind of take the slack for what Joe Johnson is not there. And a lot of times, like you said, it's tougher to do that. Collectively, I think they can get it done. But as we see in this game right now, the ball Hogs were just more focused, I think, from the jump ball.
Here's Smith looking inside. They go out, trying to get back in the game with a 3 ball. It's no good. Simmons kind of live. Kicks it out. BENO Smith for 3. Short, but gets it back. Goes up strong. Finish it. Good job by the ball Hogs not fouling. It's a 3-point game. A 3 would win it for the ball Hogs. There's Simmons not settling, attacking, downhill.
Travel.
We got him with a travel.
But I like his intent though, which is
correct.
If I get a 3 on a kick out, I'm gonna take it. But my focus is getting it to the basket. And you never know. You get fouled, and now you can win it that way as well.
Yeah, so many guys go for that hero shot at the 3. There's Nixon attacking, kicks it. Pargo corner 3, no good. Nixon backs up and he gets fouled. That's not a good foul.
Nope.
And Gary Payton's going to bring the fire. It's a smart play.
Smart play.
Steve is one of the best defensive players in this league. Got great length, quick, and that shot's going to be worth 3 points. It's going to be Gary Payton's going to bring the fire, and it's going to be brought to you by Red Lobster. These guys are going to go one-on-one if you don't like a call. Nixon jabs, contact, spins, up. And they call the foul.
So you think about this. We talked about this all the time, how it skews towards the defense to be more successful and bring the fire. But the 2 that we've seen today has been in favor of the offensive player.
That's not a foul. For big 3 one-on-one, that's not a foul. It's not.
Yeah.
Simmons with another midi. Dumps it off, but it's going to be white ball, Amps ball. No matter what it is, no matter how much you have a lead, right now they're up by 11. The last bucket's always hard.
Oh, it is, too.
Here's Smith. Elevates.
Nice pull-up.
Yeah,
nice
really
pull-up.
nice pull-up.
Nice pull-up.
Remember, it could be in the back of their mind they blew that lead to power.
Of course, you know it's coming through. And last week against Chicago, I mean, blowing the lead in the second half. There it is.
Oh, nice play by Johnson.
Great response that time.
And I love that they did not settle. They've been attacking. There's Pargo on that 4-point line. Gets some body contact, elevates, scores it. Good decision not to foul. Here's game point for the ball Hogs. Next bucket will put them in a really good position next week to keep fighting for the playoffs.
We'll go right back to this pick and roll, maybe. No.
Johnson. Hang dribble, pulls up. Oh, he sticks another one.
I told you, go one-on-one with Johnson. But that one, he felt it. He created the space. He knew his defender was worried about the drive, so he gave him space. And actually, the contest was good on the shot. But when you're a shot maker, a shooter like Dominique Johnson, that's easy money. So you set him up by what? You get the drive first. And now, so Nixon is like, okay, I got to protect the basket. I can't get beat off the dribble. Then you come back. You're Dominique Johnson. You play with it. You pat it. You create the space. And as soon as Nixon relaxes, boom, right over the top.
What an addition by the Ball Hogs. Picking up Dominique Johnson 3 games in, and he's delivered. All right, let's send it over to Chris Haynes with the stars of the game for the Ball Hogs.
I got Jay Simmons and I got DJ over here. Jay, I want to ask you real quick. Last week, 11 points in a loss. Tonight, game high, 22 points. What was your week like leading up to this game?
Man, we was thinking about that bad taste from last week. We had no energy. We wasn't a unit. So I think that kind of stuck with us since last Saturday. So we wanted to come back and show up. Coach told us we played like shit. So, we wanted to not play like shit today.
You definitely didn't. DJ, listen, man. You came through in the clutch down there. What does it take to take that shot? He had it going, but your teammates trust you to deliver.
We had a good practice yesterday, man. Like, this is my 4th game with them. The first 2 weeks, I ain't had my legs under me. Had a good week of practice and stuff, so we got out here. I told him I felt good. GP just told me, go be you. That's all it is. He trusted me, too.
Who's the MVP favorite thus far?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, MVP.
That's what that's what my team say. Yeah, let's roll with it.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week in LA. Back to you guys.
All right, let's take a look at the updated standings. Huge win for the Ball Hogs. They, right there, because of that, they leapfrogged the Amps, and they're in a really good position to be playing for a chance to make the playoffs. All right, well, guess what? Ball Hogs figure out a way to once again muck up the standings to see as it gets crazy moving forward. Ball Hogs 52, Amps 40. Coming up, more Big 3 action.